Woof. Woohoo. 46 degrees Fahrenheit at 4:53 a.m. We also got Venus, the morning star. We've got a beautiful, splendid rising dawn. Can we catch some of that? Let's see. You gotta keep our eye on the bus. For the bus, which will be here in less than 1 minute. 1 minute! It's a little dangerous. Danger is my middle name. Yeah. The beautiful rising tones of dawn. And birdsong. No bunnies this morning. And there's a full moon too, so, you know, if there's any craziness going on, well, blame it on the moon. Good morning and welcome to Live and Learn, the morning gratitude show, where we start off our day with a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of patriotism, and a lot of potential. Hope you're doing awesome. Hope your weekend was great. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, pollo. Pollo? That means chicken in Spanish. And, I had to make sure I went to the bathroom twice before I left the house. Yes, I feel now, but it's like, you're supposed to have, I was like 3 minutes behind. No butt jokes, please. So I hustled. And now, here it comes. No, that's the short bus, not the public transportation bus. That's an actual yellow school bus. It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Put up my hood. It's a little chilly. Gonna be about 70 degrees this afternoon. It's a nice, clear, beautiful sky, beautiful morning. No rain, no sleet, no snow, no heavy winds. You know, it's nice. Here comes the bus. Do. Here comes the bus. That's good to know. So we've been here for 2.5 minutes. So it's, that worked. Yay. Well, I got the idea from Empire Strikes Back. You know, like all good things in my life. It started with Star Wars. Bus. Bus. Ha-ha. Bus. Here comes the bus. There's the bus. Yes. Ha-ha. Let's get on the bus. All right. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Hi. How are you, everybody out there in TV land? Did you have a good weekend? I'm blessed and grateful that I did. I have a short week this week. I'm taking Friday off as a personal day to go get my renew my driver's license and to, upgrade it to a real ID so I can fly domestically. Because I'm going to Dallas for Fan Expo. Hang out with the crew. And I need my proper credentials in order to fly domestically. You need your papers. Get your FC papers. There we are. Quincy Adams Station. Here we go. Awesome. Thank you so very much. God bless. Burp song. No bunnies though. Any bunny home? You hop into it? You're already filled full of up-to-itiveness? No, don't require documentation for my little television films? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh. I had a great weekend. Yeah, it was good enough. I start off my day with a gratitude list. I've been kind of told through channels I don't do it right. I don't care. When I was suggested a gratitude list, it didn't come with instructions. It lacked a model, like a pictogram for like IKEA or Lego. No. I had to figure it out. And I came up with my own system. I call it the foundation system. And it's where I repeat the same things over and over again for content's sake. No, not just for content's sake. It's to legitimately build up a spiritual, mental, and emotional muscle memory in order to pull this off. It is like the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. Paint up, paint down. Uh-oh, here it comes. Which will be my elevator? Which lift shall it be? Oh, here at 5A. El Vatos. What? That's a Latino joke, man. It's an old one. El Vato is aquí. My ex-girlfriend, who's Latina, and we saw one of those signs, and the E, the second E in elevator was rubbed off. So, hey, look, El Vato. Because she was of Mexican descent, and that's a Mexican kind of word. Oh, yes. Let us get ready to get ready to get ready. Charlie Cod, T-Pass, coffee. It's 5 a.m. The train gets here in about 14 minutes. Go. We are valid. So I start off my gratitude list, this repetition thing, this foundation method that I'm talking about. It started off with 5 things. I called it the foundation 5. It grew to 6, it grew to 8, it grew to 10. And now I just call it the foundation method. Good morning. And that's what I stuck with. And I've been doing that for 5 years now. And I'm a little patriotic. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. All right, let's get it on. Start off our day with gratitude and a little bit of patriotism. Right here. If you haven't already, subscribed to the station. We're trying to break 2,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. I cannot do it without your help. This is true. And it's no use saying, "Oh, I'll never make it. I'll never make it. I'll never do it. Never do it." No. You don't need that. I don't need hope either. I don't need to be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna definitely smash that goal, because it's hard. I'm about a little bit more than 400 people shy of that, and it's gonna be, and then just that's on my way to my first 1 million. So buttons, as Mo says. So yeah, I had a good weekend. A great weekend. If great I would have gotten laid. Oh, I didn't. But that's fine. I never do. I mean, that's just my karma. It's my luck. That's my lot in life is to be the poster boy for feminism. you know, there you go. Look at this incel. See how lonely he is? Doesn't that make you happy, girls? There's always someone better. Feminism. Duh. There's your poster. So Friday after work, I meet my 3 best high school friends. We go to Pizzeria Regina in the North End, and we just hang out for a couple of hours. It reminds me of the movie American Pie, like the real ones with the original cast, and how the 4 buddies that meet up at the end of the movie at the hot dog restaurant. It's called Dog Years, and a year is like 7 years for a dog, in terms of development and growing, So, and that's how they end the movie, with the 4 of them, having a bite to eat, hanging out, being friends, doing their thing. So like this, it just had that vibe, And we've been in constant contact for like 37 years. Ain't that cool? Something like that. We all started hanging out like late freshman, early sophomore year in high school, and we've been together ever since. And it's really nice. It's I'm blessed and grateful. I always start off the gratitude list with I'm grateful for my friends. I am grateful for my Let's go through it. Have I even done the opening of the gratitude list yet? Have I done the foundation? I am grateful for my family, for my friends, for my faith, for my freedom, for my health, for my union job, a good night's sleep, a solid breakfast, the peace that comes from being a single man, and my journey of sobriety with its peaks and valleys, its hits and misses, and its wins and losses. They all add up to to maturity and wisdom, and 5:05, 9 minutes, nine alarm. That's from Topic. That's from the Cutting Edge. It was an 80s movie. And it had hockey in it. Of course I watched it. It was a rom-com. But it had hockey in it, all right? It had hockey. So yeah, I met up with my old high school friends, and we do that every once in a while. We haven't seen each other since my birthday, my 50th, 2.5 years ago. And good morning. And it's always just nice to see my family and my friends. It really is. And that's why I start off my gratitude list. I'm so grateful for them. Especially Mario, who helped me move. Thank you. I'm so grateful, blessed. And it was just so good seeing the old gang. And that was, and I had 5 beers. Okay, 2 pints of Guinness, 3 Miller Lights. And I was functional on Saturday morning. See, when I drink more than 2 beers going forward in my life, it makes me prone to anxiety attacks. And I got to do the Wes's show on Saturday morning. So, I mean, seriously, like halfway through the show, I'm grabbing my panic pills. That's just the shape of my life now. Nobody's fault. It's not about blame. It's all about contribution. And I'm grateful and blessed for that gnosis, that knowledge, that wisdom that I've accrued and earned. And I just have better days when I don't drink like that. And it was like, that was a social occasion though. At least I wasn't drinking alone. I wasn't like, that's a little different than, there's a big difference, to be honest, drinking alone. Just to, get buzzed and have a few, or you're hanging out with some of the oldest friends you've had in your life, reminiscing, catching up. It's a wonderful thing. So, but it's like the day after drinking. That's where it comes, it's just, I'm very prone to panic attacks and my anxiety. And I've noticed the correlation. Correlation isn't causation. Well, it's not, but it's also, accruing your own personal data and knowing yourself and knowing what to expect when it comes to your own limitations. And growing up too, I don't need to drink anymore. I know what that experience feels like. I know what it's like to drink. I know what it feels like to get drunk. And I'm also, sorry to tell you, I'm an alcoholic. I am. I have to accept that. Because once I get 2 beers in me, all I want is more beer. More beer, more beer, more beer. All I want is more beer. More beer, more beer, more beer, more beer. That's an old song. Real punk song. It was GBH, right? Grievous Bodily Harm. More beer. Or was that Fear? Let me know in the comment section. Double check my punk rock knowledge. I wasn't the biggest punk rock fan. I was more into hair metal and new wave. And punk's all right with me, but real punk music, none of this 21st century watered down, liberal hip. Hey, yeah, punk rock. You're a punk. You're not a punk rock. Maybe real punk rock wouldn't have you. Real punk rock wouldn't have a corporate sponsorship. Real punk rock wouldn't be adhering to rules. Punk was the most free-form thing you could imagine. Yeah. And, but yeah, so then Saturday, I'm on West is Thinking Critical, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern on Saturdays. Great comic book shop style conversation. Talked a lot about Star Wars. We talked a lot about fan outrage culture and toxicity in fandom. And as always in these conversations, it's one of my favorite excuses to be like, hey, there's a correlation in fandom about that we're overlooking. I mean, look at sports fandom. And I mean, when the team doesn't succeed on the field or the ice, the players, the owners, and the coaches hear it from the fans. The fans are the people buying the tickets, buying the apparel, the TV package, and and so on. I mean, the interest doesn't come from nowhere. The interest does have a price tag, and and that is, and that's the energy where the fans come from. And I get it that artists are sensitive people, maybe even oversensitive people. And you have to have a level of sensitivity, I guess, to access feelings in order to translate them onto a page, whether it's in Word or an illustration. So buttons. It was a great conversation with Wes. And then I got my sofa. My sofa came. I also cleared off my dining room table. I have a fully functional living room. I can have company. Now I can entertain people. Now I can sit on my couch and watch my TV, watch a movie on my giant TV. What was the first movie that I watched? Any guesses? Star Wars. Not A New Hope. No. It was Star Wars, 1977. On the bonus disc of my 2003 DVD, it has a copy of the original 1977 print of Star Wars. No special edition, none of that. It's the one I grew up with. Everything is in its right place. And I believe it was the last time that the non-special edition, the original print, was put on physical media. You can get yourself a copy of it, bootleg, online, or even at a comic book convention. I think it's called 4K 77 Star Wars. Somebody made a 4K despecialized edition to try to make it as close to that print as possible. But on 4K Blu-ray, cleaning it up, enhancing colors, I guess. And, for me personally, I like to see the limitations of the special effects. Those little squares you see around the flying TIE fighters, and in that duel with the Millennium Falcon and the escape scene. It's all cool. I love that stuff. And yeah, the train will be here within a minute. And so that's what I did. Sunday, I had did laundry. I cleaned my house. I do chores on Sundays. And I did my own show, the 3 o'clock Super Sully Sunday stream. You should check it out. Chock full of pop culture stuff.
Attention passengers, shuttle buses will replace Orange Line service
Road
and North Station, Friday, May 9th at 8:30 p.m. through Monday, May 18th.
Oh, here comes the train. I can see the rising lights on the tracks. I can. Can you? Of course you can't. I don't have the camera pointed that way. But the train's coming around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. All right. I had a really productive weekend. Here it comes. Respect the yellow safety line, please, at all times. Mm-hmm. And here comes the train. All right. All right. 1, 2. I don't want her to think I like her or anything, or I don't even know her. She's always like half asleep too. Dude. No, you wouldn't pick up a piece of pizza, a slice of pizza you found on the seat of a subway. Why would you put that in your mouth? Why don't you do that to a person? It's not. That's not a fair, equatable thing. No. Where do you come up with that? Pikachu wrote that a long time ago. I think he's just jealous. And so I unpacked a little bit more stuff. Now I'm in the end game of transitioning to my mom's condo and making it my condo. Now I'm really, I put the bookshelves in their proper places, and I'm taking her books off. I'll keep a few, sure, but I need room for my books. And I'm going to find places for all of my little models, like geeky shit. One thing that's for sure, I'm going to keep the bedroom free of anything geeky. It's one thing to be a geek, to have a geeky kind of place. But, may the bedroom be a respite of that, just in case I have, a girlfriend someday who doesn't share those values. I wouldn't want a girlfriend who isn't a geek. I've waited long enough. I mean, it's best to have someone that shares these values and hobbies, and they're out there. Where? I have no idea. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Seen her? Ooh, bum 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 bum. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? Oh, 1, 2. All right.
Entering
Quincy Center. And it was Mother's Day yesterday too. So as we say here at Live and Learn, that and so buttons. Those are 2 isms I got off my mom after hearing that all my life. Who doesn't have headphones today on? Who doesn't have headphones? Can we guess? But it was my first Mother's Day without my mom. And these little electric scooter things are just funny. They fold up. It's like everyone just puts them in the people's way, and it's like, no, that thing can fold up. And you could.
Next stop, Wollaston.
Can you hear that? Can we guess who's not using their headphones? Does that make me a grumpy old man? Like the kid with the electric scooter? Like, those things fold up. You could be like. I know, huh? But yeah, it was my first, and so happy Mother's Day to everyone out there, all the mothers, AL, JK, all the husbands out there with wives and kids, to everyone out there, if your mom's passed, God bless you. If your mom's still around and you have a good relationship, I hope that you got to call her or hang out with her and give her a hug, maybe make brunch, Well, there's two of them. There were two young people with those electric scooters, and those things could fold up. You grumpy old man. I know, huh? It's so fun. It's so fun growing up to be a grump. All right, let's wrap it up for a Monday morning. Remember, don't get a case of the Mondays. Let the Mondays get a case of you instead. That's right. You got this. Hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I made the best of what I could do. I dusted off and reorganized my meditation altar with my mom's ashes, and so it's I have a wooden box that has a tree of life on it, and as I always said to her, I'm just an acorn to our family tree, to you. That's a nice place to leave it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. Hit the share button. Any and all of these help the algorithm suggest this little program to someone that might need it. You have a wonderful day. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you with more videos in the future. And some dude was just tripped over the electric scooter, and that could be folded up. 21st century problems. I know. I'm a mean old man. I'm sorry. Okay. No one got injured. No one got shamed. Nobody cares. All right. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Have a great day. Happy Monday. And we'll see you later. Bye.